Welcome, madam. Madam Geetha Shankar is an MBA in mass communication and a master NLP practitioner. She has more than 25 years of experience in training, development, mentoring, and counseling. Today, she will guide us on a topic: rewrite your life story. It's over to you, madam.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the introduction. Extremely pleased to be sharing what little knowledge I have in this great platform called Sukoon Unlimited. I'm absolutely thrilled and look forward to participation as a member and also as a facilitator. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So, this is rewriting our life stories. All of us have passed through life. We are passing through life with joy, with despair, with lots and lots of emotions. In fact, when we are able to rewrite the life story, if it is full of anguish, if it is full of sorrow or whatsoever, I'm sure our stories will be wonderful. Now, in fact, I have written a book called Shoreless Infinite, where I've put in my experiences. You get this on Amazon. I've put in my experiences as to how life has had a great experience, or I've had a great experience with life, and how it just happened and how magic happened in the life I'm traversing through. Okay. Now, to all the participants, my dear friends, big pronouns to you for having joined here. Just a small little exercise is, what is the newest thing you have done recently? Either you can write it in the chat box, or it would be great if you can also tell me after unmuting yourself. The newest thing you have done recently. It could be anything.
Geetha, I'm sorry to interrupt. Let us all mute ourselves. There's a lot of background noise. I'm not able to hear you clearly.
Absolutely, sir. Yeah, my dear participants, could you kindly mute yourself, please? I can see on the window who is not muted. So, now what is the newest thing you have done recently? It could have been today. It could have been yesterday. It could have been last week. Can you please unmute yourself and one at a time if you could say?
I can say I joined Sukoon 3 days back. Last Saturday only I came across Sukoon.
Oh, lovely, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Shivaguru. Thank you. Yes, can we make it interactive? Anyone? Anyone? Please? The newest thing you have done. It could be anything. It could be anything. It could be little to you, but it makes a lot of difference.
I woke up this morning.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yes,
Yes, may I share?
please, sir.
I learned how to use ChatGPT today.
Okay, good. All no anything you could, all the information you could get, right? Well, okay. Wish you
So
many more success.
I used to read a lot, but after my cataract surgery, I found that I used to not be able to read. And just recently, I have started reading, and the passion is so much that I find that if the lamp is not working, I actually stand in the corridor and read, so that my husband doesn't wake up. But I used to not be able to read like that. For a long, long time, I didn't. But having joined the book club, I've started reading again.
Congratulations. Well, many more happy hours of reading, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else, please? This is your platform. You have all your. Yeah. Any more? Any more? Somebody would. I'll just see if anybody has written. Somebody Habiba Natani. Learning web designing. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I recently started yoga 20 days back. I've participated 108 Surya Namaskaram at Vidhan Sauda, Bangalore. Great. That is Mr. Raghavan Srinivas. Oh, congratulations. This, why we insist on this? Did you learn anything new? Anybody could has an answer for this? These, it is like, our brain gets triggered. Yeah, new activities. Suppose I'm always brushing with my right hand, and this is habitual. My brain is used to it. It receives my right hand, my left brain is active. Yeah, when I start brushing my teeth on and off with my left finger, my right brain's activities, it is enhanced there. Yeah, my emotional brain. So these are like, they are not patterns. You should not be following certain patterns, fixed patterns. It hampers our lifestyle. Well, thank you so much for that. Now, yeah, this is sort of an exercise which I thought we could do something. And now I'm here in this figure, in this picture. You find, can you tell me what plant is this?
Bonsai.
Bonsais.
Beautiful bonsai plant. The one to my left, the first one, is the one which we all have in our drawing room. Yes, some of us who like bonsai plant, we have it in our drawing room. This is the one which is stunted, a miniature version, ideally to be kept in a drawing room. But here, the next to it, is a typical bonsai plant which grows up to 3 to 6 feet. That's its size. But you get a smaller version or the miniature version, which is grown specifically into a stunted position in the which we keep it as a sort of a nice one in the drawing room. Now, this bonsai plant has a lot to teach us. What is it? First is, see, being small. This is our personality. The second one is our personality. We can grow to a certain height, but after years of experience, what happens is we get acclimatized to certain conditions, perceptions, and the way we live, the way we talk, the way we condition ourselves, we become the bonsai stunted plant and we start living that life. Could it be in our social life, our cultural life, our physical life, anything, right? In our mental life, especially, we start adapting ourselves to the conditions, to the situation without moving much forward and start getting used to the environment surrounding us, and we become like this. So, this is something we should keep telling ourselves. Am I the typical bonsai plant or am I a bonsai plant which is there in the living room? In fact, even in organizations, we do find bonsai managers where in a small little environment, they become that way. So we need to check ourselves about this. Well, now, what is that which we need to say? There are people, all of us, we keep telling ourselves, I'm not competent enough. You become a bonsai plant. I lack sufficient experience. A bonsai plant again. I'm too young or I'm too old to undertake this. I'm not intelligent enough. Please don't drag me into this. I have no support system. There's nobody to support me. How do you expect me to do this? These are all certain limitations by which we restrict ourselves and we are happy to be a sort of a bonsai plant in the living room. Yeah, you got me, my dear friends? Yes? Okay. Now, why do I do this? It is because now here I want you all to write in the chat box one belief about yourself. One belief about yourself. It could be positive, it could be negative. So just go, delve into yourself and write one belief about yourself. Either you can say or you can write it in the chat box. I leave it to you. I leave the option to you. Yes, please.
Negative
Yeah.
means I can say that I am too old to take anything physically difficult tasks.
You're too old?
To take physically difficult tasks, which requires a physical energy.
But why do you put on that? Why do you prefix, I'm too old to take on a physical activity?
Tough physical activities, which I know that my capacity may not be possible to do. With my capacity, I may not be able to do.
Okay, you're not doing it. Okay, right. You have a challenge doing tough physical activity. Is anybody expecting that
Nobody is
that you'll have to
expecting.
do this? Nobody's expecting it. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
As we age, it is of course a bit challenging to undertake tough physical activity, right, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, but what I'm trying to tell you is, should we emphasize that and
No, not emphasizing that. You asked, no, what is your
that all right. Okay, that is your belief system. Then I have somebody who says lovable, the belief system, and the Nano Satpati says, I have enough, I'm blessed. Okay, I like change. Yeah. And anybody else who can unmute yourself and tell? Yes. One belief system about yourself. What do you believe in yourself? It could be. Anybody who'd like to say? All right, fine. I presume that there'll be more active participation.
I
Yeah.
can explain why I said that because I've lived a pretty
Yes,
decent
sir.
life.
Please, please, please,
I've been
please.
a I've been a kind human being. I'm a good family man. I've been a good husband, good father, and God has been kind to me. I'm retired. I'm 73 years old. I'm at peace with myself. I'm not comparing myself with anybody. Basically, because it's my life. I I live it the way I learned how to live the rest of the earlier life. So
Great.
there are certain things which age brings in, a slowness of the process, a slight delay in things, slight delay in understanding things. But I'm okay with it. I'm at peace with myself.
Great, sir. That is, I have enough, I'm blessed, right? Beautiful.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. The next one, Gitanjali Bagchi has said, I like change. Would you like to explain it, ma'am? Ms. Gitanjali?
So I like change. I like things. I like to do different kinds of things. I like to learn different things. And I don't feel that I have to lead every day the same way that I led
Beautiful.
my previous day. So I like change. So sometimes, I mean, I usually didn't have a job, or my husband didn't have a job where we were moving around. So I would even change the furniture. So, just so that, or put different paintings, or bring different photographs out, or any small change, anything. Especially, I like learning new things. So whether it's a music instrument, or it's learning about doing a course. So I like that.
Wow.
And today I learned one more thing about myself. It's not about a belief, but yeah, it's about a belief. I had developed a belief that I had a stroke last year. And because I didn't expect it and I was healthy, and it was a very funny kind of stroke where for 5 minutes, my entire left hand was completely paralyzed,
Okay.
just for 5 minutes. And then I kept doing my exercises and I kept checking whether I have a stroke or not, etc. And in 5 minutes, it became okay.
Awesome.
So it was okay. It was okay. But it developed a kind of thought in my mind that if I'm alone and I have a stroke, then what will happen to me? And so I had stopped walking alone to any place. I always wanted someone to be with me. And today I needed to do something, and I walked, and I could walk as fast as I used to walk before. I walked very fast and I did my work, and I came back, and I felt, suddenly so light, because that's thing which I was holding myself back literally. I didn't need to do that anymore. So I had an insight that I don't need to hold myself back at all.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, many of us could relate to this incident, whatever you say. Well, I have Miss Aviba here says, sometimes I become negative. You have any explanation to offer here, ma'am? Miss Habiba?
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes I do feel like, there's no source of income, though I am a medical professional, but sometimes I go negative, like.
Well, all right. Thank you. Thank you for that. Well, um, yeah. Now, so we have, each one of you have taken effort to write in the chat box as to one belief about yourself. Yes. And now I go to the next slide. Oh, this is where the slide doesn't move. Yeah, I think I'm having some. Yeah. Now, this one, they say difference exists not because of capabilities, but because of beliefs. It's not that she's clever, he's clever, or he's doing that, he's got a lot of skill set, or whatsoever, but it is because of the belief system. This has been proved by a lot of management experts who says it is not because of capability, it's because of beliefs. Well, anybody who would like to go get it, or I continue with that. See, now here I would like to say, we all are governed, since I have done my NLP neuro-linguistic program, yes, and a person, and also in psychology, I would say with the laws governing it, we are all governed by something called limiting beliefs. That is why this exercise was given to you. A belief which actually limits all our capabilities and also our potential. We all know we have three types of brain. One is the limbic brain. The limbic brain is the emotional brain. And then we have the neocortex brain, which is the intelligent brain. And we also have a very old reptilian brain buried in us. The reptilian brain, as man started evolving, more of the neocortex and the limbic brain were used more. And the reptilian brain, definitely it subsided, but it does work. It depends on the personality of the person. Now, what is this reptilian brain? A reptilian brain is something like a primitive brain, which is always like, it is goes into, it shuts down the brain. It is always, it's against risks and new ventures. It always keeps itself very safe. Suppose I want to take a new route today. It says, no, Geetha, don't go that way. It's very dangerous. It's not your intuition. It's not your gut instinct. But it keeps stopping us from trying something new. And this is a reptilian brain. It doesn't like new ventures. It doesn't like anything new. And it is an old-fashioned brain which always stops us from risks, protection. It wants only protection, security, safety, right? And this is what we called as arrested intelligence in psychology. Our intelligence gets arrested when the reptilian brain starts working. Now, we all have limiting beliefs in ourselves. First of all, I want all of you to engage in an exercise. You have to observe your thoughts, especially when you're having a dialogue. All that inner dialogue you would be having, how does your thought work? How does your thought process work? So please identify the negative words. Don't do this, don't do that. I'm not going to carry this weight. It is very heavy for me, or I'm not going to risk, I'm not going to invest my money. Of course, you need to use your logic and your common sense and your neocortex. But see if these limiting beliefs are stopping you or making you progress. You need to have, all of us have a lot of awareness within ourselves. And also observe the negative self-talk which each one of us carry within ourselves. How do you overcome all these limiting beliefs? Now you have to reframe your entire conversation. As far as possible, my dear friends, let us not use not, never, no, can't, shouldn't, wouldn't. We were trained not to use such words. Yeah, let me try. Can you do? The task might be challenging, but we can always use vocabulary like let me try. So we need to reframe our limiting beliefs for something more positive. I'm not good enough. Can be done this way. I'm capable of learning and growing. And the next is we need to be in an environment where there are people who can support us and also believe in us. Always just said no, education, experience, and environment. All these things work for us. Let us follow certain role models or read about them and get inspired. And even the small wins we have, you need to celebrate. For example, one of our participants here said she went to a native place. The other one said she went for a walk and she had a sort of a stroke and how she is able to maneuver. All these are success. You have to celebrate such small wins. It is a big win, definitely. And remaining in the present movement. And there are also nowadays, we have lots of coaches and mentors to train us on this. Now, first and foremost, we need a clarity test. What do I want? What I don't want? In fact, we could also do this exercise or instead of writing in the chat box or whatsoever, this is something which you should be very clear. What I want, let us say, for example, I want to write a book. What I don't want is not that I don't want to write a book. No. You can say what I want. I want to earn this $1 million or this much of money in a year. It could be that. I want to see that my children get settled. I want to see that I get a promotion in my career. What I want. What I don't want. What I don't want. I don't want my space to be cluttered. It could be anything. So this is something we say. This is going to be the blueprint of your success. This clarity. We need to be very clear. This is a clarity test. All of us are given. When I was doing a course, the clarity test was like going on for 5 days. You have to be very clear. You'll have to be very clear. What is it you want? There are no dual thoughts on that. Here, we have to be very, very authentic and very clear as to what we need and what we don't need in our life. Well, now, this is something like the minute we are clear on all this, they say magic happens when you know what you want. The minute you know what you want, magic happens. That is why we say inner mastery, outer impact. We should know what we want instead of getting confused. Yes, it does arise. Confusion does arise. But after a period of time, we can definitely overcome when we do such small exercises like the clarity test. Now, inner mastery, outer impact. I would be happy if I could share a story with you. Do I have your permission? Yeah?
Sure.
Yes. Lots of storytelling, of course. This, I would say, Mahatma Gandhiji. This was in the year 1931 when he was asked to address the House of Commons. When he was asked to address the House of Commons, Mahatma Gandhiji went. And he spoke non-stop for 3 hours, even without a script. And the historian, he has written, Eknath Ishwaran has written about him. And when he addressed the House of Commons, he could talk without a script. He finished his speech And the London reporters gathered around Desai, Mahatma Gandhiji's secretary, and asked, how could Gandhi talk like this? To which Desai said, he knows what he wants. He's very clear in his thoughts, beliefs, and action. Thoughts, words, and action. We all need a script because that clarity is not there. So it is the thoughts, the words, and the action which has brought in so much of clarity. Everything starts from here. That is thoughts. Suppose, let us say, we have a child in the house. It could be our grandkid or anybody. Of course, children, they have their moods, their mood swings, etc. Bit cranky. And at once the parents say, oh, I don't want you to behave like this. They are more like polished. They're more concerned about the outside society as to how the child will behave, especially in an external environment. But then go back. Action, beliefs, thoughts. What is wrong with the thinking process of the child? Something would have triggered that. Thoughts, then comes the words or the belief system, and then the action. So the remedy lies in correcting the thought and not in the action. When this is corrected, everything follows you. The rest can find a beautiful place there. So, this William Baker, yes, he was a person who looked at the sky and said, I want to touch the sky. He believed. His thinking was, I want to touch the sky. And when he said this, I want to touch the sky, he was 50 years old. And he constructed the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Thoughts, beliefs, action. Clarity in that. That is William Baker's thinking capability. All of us have a personality. We have an external personality and we also have an internal personality. The external personality is what you all see me, how you see me outside, or how I see all of you outside. This is external. It's more, I would say, a PR profile, a public relations profile. Yeah, suited, booted, smiling. It could be just a lip sympathy. It could be a roasted smile. It could be that. That is our external personality. The internal personality is what I am. What I am. Most of the time, we do not reveal our internal personality to the outside world. Yes? Yes, we don't. Because this is us. This is mine. So I would give a nice smile, but internally, how am I? Right? So most of our actions, sometimes it is based on internal personality. Yes, something. It is based on our internal personality, our emotions, our thinking. What did I believe? What was my action? They're all based on the internal personality. How do I say that? Well, words. When the minute a person starts talking, we would identify his personality. What type of a person this person is. Does he speak a lot of lies? Or is he like this? Can I believe him? Can I not believe him? That is, we take a longer time to assess people. And the minute we start talking, our personality gets revealed. Our internal personality gets revealed because words comprise of 7%. Voice is 38 and our body language is 55%. Words, the words I use. It could be positive vocabulary or the negative vocabulary, anything. So it influences, my words influence the audience to an extent of 7% only. And this is what I talk. The voice and the body language, which is 38 plus 55, 93 altogether, this is how I talk. It is through my voice and it is through my body language. And do you know how I talk? That is, through my voice and body language, it can influence others 13 times more than what I talk, which is 7%. And the same thing holds even in written communication. But it does not mean, since the words are only 7%, it is not important. It is important. Voice and body language are very, very important. Well, I have a short story to share with you. Once an old sage sat meditating under a banyan tree. He was visually impaired. A man came up and said, "Hey, old man, did you hear anyone passing by here?" Since he was visually impaired. The sage replied, "No, my good man, I didn't see anyone passing." After a while, another person came back and said, "Old man." He did not say, "Hey, old man." He said, "Old man, did you hear anyone going this way?" "Oh, yes, a man went by just now and he also asked me the same question." The man went away. The second man went away. After some time, another man came and asked, "Noble sir, did you hear anyone passing by?" The old sage replied, "Yes, your majesty. A soldier went first and then your minister. Both of them asked the same question." The man was surprised and asked, "How do you know that I am a king? The other two were soldiers and a minister." The sage answered, "Your majesty, I knew them by their manner of speaking. The first man spoke very rudely. He called me, 'Hey, old man.' The second man was slightly more polite and he said, 'Old man.' And you were the most polite because you called me noble sir." The king went away, astonished at the sage's astuteness. Yes, so the moral is all of us are judged by the way we speak. This is very, very important in our personality, the way we speak. It shows to some extent we can hide it, but after some time, the inner personality definitely gets revealed. So, this is an important aspect in this. Well, that is why we always say, now, this is one, like change your story, change your life. I have the story of Alfred again. Yes, Alfred was an influential businessman, he was an inventor, he was a scientist, everything combined. He had amassed a lot of wealth. One day, he woke up to see the obituary of his own death. It says, "The merchant of death is dead." Merchant of death is dead. What was that? Because Alfred had found out dynamite. Yeah? And dynamite, it could be used for war purpose, it could be used for peace also. Actually, he didn't die, it was his brother Ludwig Nobel. I'm going to bring the surname Nobel. It was Ludwig who had died. And this is no one than our Alfred Nobel. He was shocked, he was pained. He said, "I don't want to be remembered for my destruction. I don't want to be remembered for negative things about me." He said, "I'm going to change my story." And he stopped it. And what did he do? He already had patented it, of course. He said, the entire earnings, he contributed it for creating the Nobel Awards, and all that money was pooled into it. And this is how he changed his story and he changed his life. Yes, this is something like when it is nowadays they say, no, when one has shown an example of changing his story, most of us could do it. But change. Somebody had written in our chat box, change. Change is very frightening, but it is also the most desired one because we do not know how it is going to result. Whenever there is change, there are lots of challenges, even shifting our house, shifting to a new place. Yes, all that gives a lot of anxiety, emotions. Will I change a job? Would it be good? Am I taking a risk? Yes, but change is inevitable. Yeah, okay. Uh, well, now here there was a chief minister in a state who loved a lot of change. And what was one of the changes which really impressed me was about the elephants. If all of us go for vacations to different places, why shouldn't elephants go? So it was ordered that the elephants have to be taken to a resort. They also need a change. Yes, the D-Day came, all the elephants from the temples were gathered, and instructions were given that they have to be transported to a resort. The trucks came, they had to load all the elephants into the truck. Do you think they will get in easily? No. They were in for a shock. What is this? I am comfortable here in the temple, or I am comfortable here. Why are they disturbing me? But they were all loaded into the truck, pushed, and lots of truck came. And then, what was the thing they underwent? They were in for a shock. After that, they were angry. They said no. They tried to behave very funny, but nothing happened. They were all taken there, and then they were put into a resort, and 1 month of massage. Okay, good food, everything they enjoyed. They were there with their friends, lots of friends for them, and they were let loose and they enjoyed their stay in the resort with all that malish, everything. And the 1 month vacation was over. They again had to come back to the place. Do you think they would get into the trucks very easily? No. Again, they were pushed and brought back to their homes. So, change usually goes through the 4 process. We call it SARA in management: shock, anger, resistance, and finally acceptance. Yes, yeah, we are shocked. Then we are angry. Why are they disturbing me? Why am I being put into another department? Why was my bedroom shifted? I like this place. You resist. Okay. And finally, it is acceptance. So change is inevitable, and we need to undergo change if our personality has to also move. Yeah. Oh, it's getting stuck here. Well, then yeah. Now, this is something which I read recently. I would like to share it with you, my dear friends. And this, I'm also experiencing it with my clients. We all have a world around us, right? You agree with me? Just your body language is enough to get me motivated. We all have a world around us. That is called the cultural scape. We all grew up this way. We had parents to tell us what to do, what not to do. We had aunties and uncles and grandmas and grandpas, so many people, teachers, to tell us what we should do, what we should not do. That is how we grew up. We did not have our own identity. Our personality was formed by the people who were there around us. Then we moved on to the second phase. Slowly we moved on, which is the world we choose. We started choosing our goals. No, I will not take science. I'm going to take art subject. I don't want to do my BCom. I want to do my engineering. We had our own goals. We started choosing our own goals. But believe me, and most of us know, it always has an expiration date. Yes, after some time, we outgrow all that. The third one is we have the world inside you also. Each one of us have a world inside us. It's our private. We have it. My attitude, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to do this. So what happens is you start questioning yourself. And it is my intuitiveness. Also, our intuitiveness plays. So it is like this, you're taking your right brain to the gym. Right brain is your emotional brain. You start taking it to the gym and start exercising with it. right? That is the world inside. You have your own inner instincts, right? Then the last one is we've gone through the 3 stages. We come to the final stage, which is called the world extraordinary. Here you require no effort. Only from 2 to 3, the world you have chosen and the world which is there inside you, only there is a time gap. But once you come to the 3rd stage, please see to it that you move on to the 4th. But 3rd, you should be steady. What is the 4th stage? It is a world extraordinary. No effort required from your side. Nothing. You ask, it will be given. You think, it will come at your doorsteps. Yes, it keeps happening by itself. That is the world extraordinary. So it requires a very long time to come onto this world extraordinary. You want to get your daughter married? Think, it shall be done. That is the world extraordinary. Well, now this is an exercise for you all to do it by yourself. Since it is already 5:55, we have a drop and pick up game. Drop something negative and pick up something positive. Before that, how many minutes do I have, sirs? Yeah, this is again it works very well. I've tried this. You have a drop and pick up game. Drop something negative and pick up something positive. Again, it need not be related. Okay, I stop drinking tea. I'm going to have something else. It's not that. It need not be related to tea or coffee or anything like that. When you drop, pick up something positive. This is again a game which is very useful. I quickly go on to the 4 components of our life, which is health, relationship, career, and money. HRCM we call. Health, relationship, career, and money. These are the 4 which govern our life, right? So, what do we do now? We need certain affirmations to bring in certain positivity in our health, relationships, career, and money. All right, what are they? For example, health. I want you to say this, not that I, Geetha Shankar, I'm a very healthy person. This is the old style. We were doing affirmations like this even 5 years before. I remember I was doing like this. But now the trend is you have to put yourself on a very high pedestal. You have to value yourself. You need to love yourself. That is very important quality. You will have to say, why do I love taking care of my health? With a lot of feelings. I want each one of you to say this. Why am I agile and perfectly fit? Even though we aren't agile, we aren't perfectly fit, such affirmations through health can bring in positivity in our health. It is proved it can be done. Why do we treat my body like my temple? So you're already assuming that your body is your temple. Why do I have an excellent immune system? Thank you, universe. Universe has given you such a perfect health. Right? And then I go to relationship. Why do I love myself so much? Why am I having an amazing relationship with my family? Why do I always attract trustworthy people in my life? Thank you, universe. You do this, you will be attracting only trustworthy people in your life because you started believing it. You started feeling it. Thinking, feeling, behavior. It works well. And then in career also. You say, why do I love my work? And I give 10x to value to my work. Why do I take 10% responsibility for my results at work? Why am I blessed with such an extraordinary career? Why am I able to achieve profit in my business? Thank you, universe. Yes? Okay. love, appreciation, and gratitude. These are the three things which we have to have. And there are affirmations for money also. I would like each one of you to do this. Why am I a value giver? Why does money flow to me easily? Why am I a money magnet? Why am I attracting so much of money? Why am I an excellent money manager? Only when you manage money well, you will get money well. Why does money come to me so easily? All these are questions, affirmations and questions. Well, okay, this was an exercise which I had. I don't know if I should be sharing it with you, lack of time. Actually, it is like, what we usually do is we all believe in the Panchabhutas, right? Elements of nature. And water is something which is very, very, very important. What you should do, you must have a glass of water or a water bottle next to you. You need to close your eyes and just say, I, Geetha Shankar, am having a healthy relationship with money. I'm very much aware of the inflow and outflow of money. Whenever I spend money, I feel grateful because money is there in my life. I love money. Money is my greatest friend. My life, I swear, I say, sir, it has been only, just as how you say, universe has blessed me with everything. That is how it happened. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.